Hey guys, Kid Inkin here. For a guy like me, I hang out with a lot of bad influence, especially the persons who almost got me caught by the police one time, actually. So this was like a month ago, I think. So me and 3 other friends, I'm not going to specify their names because just in case the shit goes wrong, let's just give them all like names. You know what? I'll just do that later. So we were all going to this construction site that was like 5-6 miles away from my house, right? I had to bike all the way there, and it was kind of wild. It only took like a half an hour, 35 minutes or somewhat. So as we were biking there, bruh. So like like I said, there was like me and 3 other people. Shit, I gotta give them names. Let's name them. Shit, I might as well just call myself 1 and then the other 3 people 2 through 4. Like I'm gonna name one person 2, one person 3, and another person 4. 1 and 2 were basically the guys who didn't want to get in trouble. The 3 and 4 were more of the bad influences. So we went to a construction site that lived closest to 4 by like not even a half mile, or about a half mile, I guess. So we were going in this construction site. No one was really there. We ended up like breaking shit. Like we threw paint around. We actually lit some stuff on fire, but good thing we didn't burn the construction site down, because if we did, shit. Anyways, as we were like walking around and such, we saw a lot of good stuff. I found myself like a bag of, what you call it, sunflower seeds with the actual like shells on them. And I like the ones better without the shells, because usually I just chew them and then like I have to spit the shells out, because you don't want to swallow the shells. It will hurt like a bitch. I've actually swallowed 1 shell and it kept scratching my throat and shit. Like, no. Anyways, as soon as we walk out and such, we were like under this bridge crosses over the river. Number 4 dumbass decides to like drop oil on some shit. Or I don't know if it was oil, but it was like liquid that was like flammable, like very flammable or something. He lits up his lighter, sets like the whole, like not bridge, but like the whole under the bridge on fire. Shit, I'm actually exaggerating, just part of it. But it was actually a seeable fire, so we had to like get the fuck out of there. The bike that I was using, the bike kept skipping lengths and shit, so the bike was in pretty bad condition. Keep in mind, the bike I was using is actually Lucas's bike, the orange one, so yeah, the back tube actually exploded too, so rip that bike. So me and number 3 were biking to this trail. Like, I know this trail, it goes to like an island. It's called an island in my city, so in the beginning of the trail, and keep in mind, this trail is like a half mile too. In the beginning of the trail, the chain like completely gave up on me. Like, it got stuck. So I had to run that thing before anyone like catches us or some shit. Because number 3 had like high anxiety, or whatever you pronounce it. Basically, yeah, this really deep feeling of like if we were to stop for a certain amount of time, someone would catch us and we get into like shitload of trouble. So I had to run that shit. So then we stopped by and have like a stranger fix it. Luckily, I had like a parent's friend that could give me a ride home, because now I can't expect rides from her anymore because I was doing it so much. But back then, luckily, I had a ride from her, because if I didn't, I had to use that shitty bike to bike all the way home. And this was like 10 at night, so this was past curfew too. So I didn't want to see no cop at me before they realize that I'm out past curfew. They ask me a bunch of questions, and then this is going to be a long night. Then I'm going to have to deal with some shit with my parents and get grounded, or my ass beat, some shit like that. Whatever it is, I didn't want to deal with that, so luckily I had a ride. This was like one of my other friend's mom too, so the same person ended up picking up number 2. Because that person was actually biking on the highway, like the shoulder of the highway. I actually saw him too, like, we were driving by and we saw him, and then like, what the fuck, dude? I'm surprised he didn't get caught, because he didn't really go very far as much as me and number 3 did. Number 4 probably just went home and like, fuck that shit, though. But I remember number 3 telling me that usually if you get into trouble like this and then cops like get involved and try to chase you or some shit, he tells me that I should go far. Like, even if my house is close, I shouldn't take no chances and just go far, because as soon as them cops know where you live, they gonna be on your ass, bruh. So they dropped me home with the bike. Lucas ended up picking that a few days afterwards, and then yeah, nobody got caught. number 3 and 4 made it out, and number 2, but sucks for him. He had to walk his bike home, so he got home a lot later than I did. And luckily, I'm probably not going to do that shit again, because what we did was really, really retarded, and a guy like me knows that you shouldn't do stuff like that. But 3 and 4 didn't really have a good mind, and 2 he's just not a bad influence. Like, he didn't want them to do it, but then again, he didn't care, because me and number 2 wanted to, like, have friends at least to hang out with, because we had nothing else better to do. But if you guys like this video, please like. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. The conclusion today is I shouldn't be hanging out with 3 and 4 so often, because if I do, then I'm going to be into some deep shit like that. Because number 3 said so himself. Like, if I'm going to be hanging out with them, they're going to be doing dumb shit. So, yeah, that's my lesson learned. Well, see you guys in the next video. Peace.